made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
There we go. Here we go. 180. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Kill, 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 kill.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that.
Here we go.
If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ready. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Coming up to you.
On 1st down, Taylor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Taylor. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Garoppolo on 1st down. Deep ball for Goodwin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
And the Steelers 1st down.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Taylor. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Looking to throw. Love. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Love. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, a run with Breida.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here I come again.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 14-yard line.
Here we go. Here we
The
go. Here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. To throw on second down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Fielded at the 33. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Here we go.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. He'll return it from the 6. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
On first down, it's Taylor, and just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun on 3rd down, Love, and he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Operating from the gun. Love under pressure again, and down he goes again. D Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them, and they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a 1-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. 1-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Let's get it.
At the 31-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Check, 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 check.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage, throw another play out of while you've got them rocked on their heels.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down and goal.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
First down, Pittsburgh.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check. Good
throw again. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go,
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
21.
They run with Breida. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
To throw is Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Silver. Check 99. Check 99.
On first down, Taylor breaks through the contact. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there with 8 seconds remaining. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Breida, he'll try the right side. Finding room at the 30. He'll cut it to the right sideline. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Steelers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.